Just want to let you lot know that if you're watching this clip on the Fozcast YouTube channel, the full episode is now available to watch exclusively on Spotify, and it's free. Come on.
This is a big one that people want to know. Does your pay get cut?
Yes.
It does.
Yes, it does, and quite heheavily as well.
It does, yeah.
So
you
again for these kind of teams, so for a Watford, a West Brom, those sort of teams that is a possibility you could get relegated. You will always have a relegation wage cut, and it will be a percentage.
So your basic wage at West Brom.
Oh gosh, are we saying it? Am I saying it out loud?
In your first contract?
In my first contract in 2012 at West Brom
was?
I think it was £40,000 a week.
Damn.
Was it 40,000?
Yeah, it was.
It was £40,000 a week. So
wow, that was your first one. So obviously the second one.
Well, we might do another episode on that. But that was my first contract. So how long was the duration of this contract, by the way? A 4-year deal, was it? I think it was a 4-year deal. I think it was a 4-year deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what it was. However, if you get relegated, say in that first season, I'm earning £40,000 a week, and then we go and get relegated. Yeah, you're not getting, obviously no bonus are payable whatsoever. You're not getting anything. I had a clause in my contract because I was one of the higher earners. I was definitely not the top earner, but I was one of the higher earners, and my wages went down to £25,000 if we got relegated.
Yes.
So I would have been in the Championship with West Brom with 3 years left on my deal on £25,000 a week. If we had got promoted again the very next season, they would have gone up the next season back up to 40.
Yeah, and you'd have got a bonus for getting back into the Prem, which is a bonus of 10 grand and a bonus of 10 grand for every game played above 24 games. But it was capped. So if you played the whole season and they got promoted, it was 150 grand.
Oh, well, that's lovely, to be fair. Like, say, when you're in the Championship, I wouldn't expect to get too many bonuses in the Championship. I wouldn't, because don't get me wrong, it's obviously a very lucrative league, but it's not Premier League money. No, it really isn't. And I know there's parachute payments, all that kind of stuff, but I wouldn't really expect to get any sort of heavy bonuses for getting promoted again.
Okay. And then loyalty bonus.
So loyalty bonus is kind of like... So let me explain how loyalty bonuses work, right? So a loyalty bonus, if I sign a 4-year contract, right... The loyalty bonus is they'll pay it you once the transfer window is closed, the following season. So when I first sign, I will get the first loyalty payment, right? Which was how much per year?
250 bags.
Wow.
250 grand.
Buzzing with that, by the way.
Yeah, so that was like September after you signed.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So September. So the transfer window is closed at this point.
Yeah,
okay?
now just quickly, when we say loyalty bonus, this is what the kind of average fan would know as a signing on fee.
Signing on fee, exactly.
So when you hear £3 million signing on fee for a 4-year deal, they don't get £3 million.
No chance. That will get so I had £1 million signing on fee for West Brom, but it gets broken down over the length of the contract. Yeah, so you get it each year that you're there. So I was there for 4 years. I would get 4 instalments of £250,000 if I'm still at the club in the Premier League. Come September. Right, so once the transfer window is closed, boom, then you're entitled to your payment because you're still at the club. So yeah, as soon as I signed for West Brom, they paid it in the September, which was a few months after I'd signed, and then that's it, boom. Then obviously I stayed there. The very next season you would get it at the same time because we're still in the Premier League. It's important to say that throughout the duration of my contracts at West Brom, we were always in the Premier League. We stayed in the Premier League all the way through. I had some of the best years of my career at this football club, by the way. Like honestly, I absolutely loved playing for West Brom. They are the team probably that's closest to my heart. Obviously, my kids are West Brom fans. I'll always watch out for them. I'll go and watch them sometimes.
You were 8 years, were you?
7 or 8 years.
7 or 8 years.
7 or 8 years. They've got a real, West Brom will probably be the team that I will look out for and support more than anyone.
Right, so Fozzie, we've talked about the kind of survival bonus. Yep. So if you stay up £4 grand a point, there's also a appearance fee on top of that.
Yes.
So like you said, they're not like Man United wages, but you were heavily incentivized on points. So
not only heavily incentivized on points, it was also playing.
Yes.
So again, teams like West Brom and Watford, etc., who might not be able to pay the big bucks. What they can do is pay you a bonus that they can pay at the end of the season As long as you're in the Premier League. Because
Yeah.
as long as you're in the Premier League, the team get all the money. The team get the Premier League money.
Yeah.
So they're cash rich again. They can pay bonuses. So they're happy to pay players who have performed and who have played. So as a goalie, if you've played 38 games that season, which I did quite a few times.
And you stayed up.
Yeah, quite a few times for West Brom.
Cha-ching.
Well, but even if you don't stay up, if you play 38 games as a goalkeeper, you have to be doing all right.
Absolutely.
Because you have to have a level of consistency that says you've played well enough each week to retain your place. Yeah. So, like I say, most of the time I would have played 38 games that season, but you will have an appearance fee as well. And my appearance fee in this was,
You tell me.
I can't even remember.
Guess.
4. I'll go for 4 again. £1,000 per appearance.
£6,000 appearance. So just to put this into perspective, when you talk about players on 200 grand a week, it's not always a base salary, is it?
Oh, I don't know, Yeah,
not always.
Most of the time, people talk about their base salary. Most of the time. So in the paper, if you read somebody is on 70 grand a week, normally that's what it means. They are on 70 grand a week. But again, though, if you're talking about these big teams, Man City, for example, they're paying heavy bonuses if they win stuff, yeah? Heavy bonuses. Like, you're talking another few million quid per player if they win stuff.
That's mad, isn't it? So let's look at it. Let's look at we're coming up to Easter at the moment.
Yeah.
So let's say roll back the clocks 10 years. You're at West Brom. You play 2 games in a week, Premier League games in a week. You win one, you lose one.
Yeah.
So you got 40 grand a week. Plus you've got 2 appearance fees.
At 12 grand.
So that's 12 grand.
Yeah.
Plus you've got
12 grand for winning 1 game. Yeah, so that's 64 bags I'd have earned that week. Buzzing. Yeah, that's how it works.
Wow.
Obviously, you know, as a player, you don't even look at it like that. You don't even think about it like that. It's just, you take each game as it comes, and genuinely, for me, bonuses were always just like, they were exactly that. They were a bonus. They were brilliant, but it's not ever something I would take fully into account so much. I would obviously think about it at the end of the season when we've done well and we've stayed up and we've performed and I've performed, and then I'd think, oh, nice, like what I need to know a ballpark at least to know what to do with it, sort of thing.
who kind of tracks this? Do you have a little spreadsheet or something that you...
No, this is where your accountants come into play. So I have my accountant, my financial advisors who will have literally done a spreadsheet. They will have all the games that I've played, all the minutes, and they will have my contract. They will have a copy of my contract. So they will have gone through that with a fine-tooth comb, and they will know exactly what I am due, because they need to know for tax reasons as well. So they need to know that when the club pay me, they need to know that my tax code is correct.
Sure.
They need to know that I've been paid the right amount, because if West Brom, for example, underpay me or overpay me, they have to submit them figures to the Inland Revenue. And if they submit the wrong figures and it doesn't tally up with our figures, this is where you can open yourself up to an attack.
You're getting whacked by the tax
not even
man.
that, you get a tax investigation.
Yeah.
You'll open yourself up to a tax investigation. So you have to know that our figures match the club's figures.
Sure.
So before the payment's due, my financial advisor will get in touch with the finance department at West Brom and say, hi, we've done all the figures for Ben's bonus schedule. We know that he's entitled to this amount of money. Does that tally up to what you've got for him? And if it's off, they'll work out where they've gone wrong, and they'll eventually get it
Baggies were always good with that, weren't they?
Baggies were brilliant.
Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed this clip of the Fozcast. If you would like to watch the full episode, it is now available exclusively on Spotify for free.